As match officials, you should take into every single game this one vision, that that game is going to be won, lost, or drawn based on skills, tactics, and fair play, not brute force. And most of the time we think about, and really what we have to deal with is brute force between the players. They can't kick or trip or push or charge or all those things, right? But what happens when the brute force comes from off the touchlines? When it comes from fans and when it comes from coaches. Now, I'm not talking about physical brute force, at least I'm hoping I'm not, but the verbal, emotional, mental brute force that does not allow a game to be won, lost, or drawn based on skills, tactics, and fair play. What happens and how do you deal with that? So, first of all, what I'm not talking about is I'm not talking about emotional responses. Emotional responses is a quick, is a temporary response to something that happens. Soccer's an emotional game, right? And there's going to be emotional response, but they're short, they're quick, they're temporary, they're over with. They don't continue, they don't go on. And what happens if they do continue? What happens if they do go on? When is it that you start drawing lines and putting boundaries around behavior of fans and coaches? So 2 words that really help here: personal and provocative. Personal is you are fill in the blank. Provocative is something that is trying to elicit a response from somebody else. They're trying to elicit a response from you. They're trying to elicit a response from a player. So some of you, the more experience you have in life, more experience you have on the field, you're going to be able to do something that we call game management or player management or coach management or fan management, where you simply are able to say something that gets a positive reaction. That's some of you. Most of you are super young. Most of you are young to refereeing. What happens? How do you handle situations in those instances? And what I will tell you is just simply be cut and dry. All right? The laws give you the authority to dismiss whomever is not acting in a responsible manner. So, that field is a sanctuary. It is holy space. What do I mean by that? Those boundary lines. There's something about those boundary lines where that you have to protect. It is holy territory. What do I mean by that? That field is set apart, and it is set apart for those players to play and to decide the game, win, loss, or draw, based on skills, tactics, and fair play. It needs to be a safe place for you. It needs to be a safe place for your crew. It needs to be a safe place for the players. And when somebody, a coach or a fan, breaks that safety, that's when you start to act. That's when you start to dismiss. That's when you handle the situation. So, for instance, a coach, a fan comes on the field, not to attend to a player, but they come on the field to dissent to you. They have broken the plane of that sanctuary. They've broken the safety. They need to be dismissed. Also, a fan, a coach, yells at an opposing player. Derogatory, demeaning, something to put down an opposing player, they must be dismissed. They have broken the sanctuary. They have broken the safety of that field, and they must be dismissed because those players no longer are safe. See, the players are looking to you as a referee to be able to make that field safe for them. It is underneath your authority to make that safe. It is your responsibility to make that safe for you, your crew, and the players that are trusting you to make that field safe. Yes, safe for each other or from each other, but also safe from what could happen from the boundary lines. So just remember, whatever you allow today, the next referee has to deal with in an escalating manner. This is what I mean by keeping the bar low. The lower you keep the bar, the better it is for the next referee. Also, whatever you deal with today, the next referee does not have to deal with as well. A field's a sanctuary. The players are counting on you. Your crewmates are counting on you. You are counting on you. You, your crew, the referees in the Springfield area, they're too good. They are too good to have to deal with this. They're all counting on you when you step on the field to deal with the irresponsible behavior through dismissal. You handle what happens on that field. You keep those players safe in that sanctuary. You keep your crew safe in that sanctuary. That is what the best referees will do.